All right, good morning everyone and welcome to CATMA's 4th annual Transportation Summit. I'm Nick Anderson, I'm the Treasurer of CATMA here and on the Board of Directors, as well as being the Assistant Vice President for Planning and Operations at Champlain College. On behalf of the CATMA Board of Directors, I want to say it's great to see a huge room full of all of these excited people. Everyone here, in some way, deeply cares about transportation and the future of our communities. It really shows how much energy and passion there is for building a system that works for all of us, whether we're thinking about commuting, housing, economic development, or just making it easier for people to get where they need to go. As a board at CATMA, we're proud to support the mission to bring people and organizations together around collaborative solutions. Today's program is an opportunity to learn from each other, share ideas and hear inspiring stories, and challenge us to think differently about how transportation links housing and economic growth. So, thank you for being here, and thank you for the role each of you play in your respective fields to make transportation more sustainable, accessible, and people-focused in our region. With that, I'll hand over the mic to our Executive Director, Sandy Thibault, who will walk us through what's ahead today. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Thank you, Nick, for that introduction. I want to thank everyone today for showing up. Your presence, your voices, your ideas are what's going to make today's conversation meaningful. I'm Sandy Thibault, Executive Director at CATMA, the Chittenden Area Transportation Management Association, and it's a privilege to kick off today's event. We would like to acknowledge that the land we live, work, learn, commune on, and meet here today is on the ancestral unceded land of the Abnaki Nation of Missisquoi. The Abnaki are still here in Vermont. We encourage everyone to learn more about them at abnakination.com. Why are we here today? Transportation is about people and connections, how we access housing, jobs, healthcare, and community. This year's summit theme, Future in Motion, Elevating Transportation and Housing and Economic Growth, speaks directly to that idea. Vermont faces ambitious housing goals and economic challenges, and the way we design and invest in transportation systems is connected to both of these sectors. Residential developers and property managers are seeking ways to enhance livability. When housing is built with access to transit and communities are walkable and bikeable, we see benefits that ripple through our economy, our environment, and our collective well-being. Today, we'll explore these multimodal opportunities, wrestle with the challenges, and strengthen the partnerships that make progress possible. It's fitting that our summit follows National Transportation Demand Management Week, also known as TDM. Just a few weeks ago, we celebrated TDM Week with the ribbon cutting of Green Mountain Transit's new Market Street service in South Burlington, which is a small but powerful reminder of what happens when communities invest in smarter mobility options. If TDM is a new term to you, you'll get to know it well today. But simply put, TDM is about reducing single-occupant vehicles and expanding sustainable transportation options such as biking, walking, transit, carpool, vanpool, car share. Today is about big ideas and practical steps. We'll be talking and learning about how we can move people more safely, affordably, sustainably, and how to improve accessibility. There will be opportunity to connect, to debate, and imagine new solutions together. My hope is that by the end of today, we'll all leave with not only new insights, but with new relationships and renewed energy to keep this work moving forward. On behalf of the CATMA organization, I want to thank the many partners who make this summit possible. Beginning with our sponsors, a special thank you to our platinum sponsor, Go Vermont, and to our gold sponsor, the Chittenden County Regional Planning Commission. We're also grateful to our silver sponsors, UVM Transportation Parking Services, UVM Medical Center, White and Burke, and to all of our bronze sponsors that you see here. We truly would not be having this focused conversation today without all of the support. So please join me in giving all of our sponsors a round of applause. I want to thank the CATMA staff, a staff of 4, small and mighty, for all their hard work and dedication in planning this event today. Thank you, Katie Martin, Marlena Compton, and Emily Adams. I want to recognize the CATMA Board of Directors for their commitment, their leadership, and support. Nick Anderson at Champlain College, Ashley Bond at the UVM Health Network, Amanda Clayton at the University of Vermont, and Charlie Baker at the Chittenden County Regional Planning Commission. I want to thank our keynote, our speakers and presenters, our exhibitors and students for participating today. I want to thank the staff from our federal delegation who will be with us today and our state legislators joining us. Thank you for your service and partnership. I want to just take a minute to say that this year is extra special for CATMA because we just adopted our 2025-2030 strategic business plan. It lays out an ambitious vision, but simple, ensuring an efficient, reliable, and sustainable transportation network that reduces single-occupant vehicle trips. To get there, we're focusing on 5 strategic pillars: enhancing value, advocating and educating, strengthening identity, building capacity, and measuring impact. These pillars support our mission, which is to lead and collaborate with public and private partners to advance transportation options that build a more connected, resilient, and sustainable network for our members and region. Our strategic plan provides the framework, but it's really the partnerships in this room that will bring it to life. Really quickly, for those who are unfamiliar with CATMA, we were founded in 1992 by the 3 Hill institutions in Burlington, Champlain College, UVM, and the UVM Medical Center to jointly plan transportation and parking in ways that better coordinate land use. We administer and manage turnkey TDM strategies that offer a better way to travel, save money, and reduce congestion. In 2015, we expanded to a regional organization with an extensive reach in Chittenden County, as you can see here. We thrive on partnerships and serve as a bridge to connecting businesses to transportation solutions. On the back of your name badge, there is a QR code that will bring you to CATMA's website for more information. Transitioning to our program, here's an image of the program, which you can access using the other QR code on the back of your badge. There's a couple of large printouts in the conference area and some paper copies at the registration desk. I do want to point out that we will have some students here present today, so please take a moment to engage with them and chat with them because they are the future of our work. This year, we will record all the sessions in this main ballroom, and then the breakout sessions will not be recorded, but the presentations will be available afterwards. Throughout the day, if you're a social media fan, feel free to post any pictures or thoughts or comments to hashtag CATMA Summit 2025. Quick housekeeping. Silence your cell phones. Be mindful and respectful during discussions and throughout the day. Take breaks as you need them. Remember to use the QR code on your badge. Be thoughtful of the code of conduct, and please be prompt. We have a packed agenda today, so please participate as you can. Let's get on with the program. I'm absolutely delighted and so excited to introduce our opening keynote. Mirna Valeria, also known as the Mirnovator. Mirna is a native of Brooklyn, New York, a former educator and cross-country coach, ultra-marathoner, cyclist, newish skier, and DEI practitioner. She began running in high school, recommitted to the sport after a health scare in 2008, and started her blog, Fat Girl Running, about her experiences as a larger woman in a world of thinner endurance athletes while training for her first marathon. Mirna's athletic story has been featured in the Wall Street Journal, Runner's World on NBC Nightly News, CNN, and in the viral documentary short, REI Presents the Mirnovator. In 2018, she was chosen as a National Geographic Adventurer of the Year, and in early 2020, appeared on The Kelly Clarkson Show, Access Daily, and featured on The Today Show. She currently lives and trains right here in Winooski. She's author of the 2017 best-selling memoir, A Beautiful Work in Progress. Join me in giving a warm welcome to the Mirnovator. I'm trying to find your presentation.
All right, go.
Okay. One moment. And I have my socks that are Mirna picked out from Darn Tough Socks.
Thank you. All right, okay. I'm going to do a slideshow here. Thank you. Hello. How's everybody doing? Good. I am extremely caffeinated this morning, so I apologize for the energy. Okay, here we go. Slideshow. Slideshow. Oh. Hello. Okay, sorry. Voila, okay. Woo, thank you. So thank you to Sandy and the CATMA team for hosting me today. I was planning on taking the bus, but I just could not get it together this morning. So I apologize for that, because that is indeed the theme of all that you are doing today. And actually, I've spoken in this room before. There was a Soul Food Social here a couple of weeks ago with UVM students and some adults, and it was fantastic. And so it's really great to be back in this room speaking about community and the things that we all receive from our various communities. So I'm the Mirnovator. Very boring story as to how I got that name. Maybe I'll tell you. I go by she, her pronouns. And again, I'm really happy to be here. I'm very interested in the concept of moving people. And the reason why I came up with this is because I was thinking about how many times I get to speak in Vermont, especially over the last 4 months. I've spoken in Vermont a lot. And so that means that I've had to change my presentations, because otherwise you would see the same slides over and over again. And I know there's some people that have seen me speak in other arenas. So it was a challenge to me. And I got to thinking about, for some reason, the ugly people movers in Dulles Airport. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't normally fly United because I'm a Delta girly, but when I do fly United, I usually fly through Dulles Airport, and there's awful, ugly, not even spaceship looking, because spaceships are pretty, people movers that you have to use when you are going to Terminal D. And there's just a hole in the wall. There are no stairs. You think, if you've never been there before, you follow the signs to Terminal D, and there's no hallway or stairs or elevator or anything. And it's just these holes in the walls that open up, and then you go into this thing, and anyway, it's really disconcerting, I think. That's my opinion, but I'm sticking with it. Anyway, so I said, how do I make this different? I'm going to talk about ugly people movers, but also switching it around to talk about the concept of moving people, which is what we're all here for. And what I'm talking about is moving people towards their dreams, physically and in so many other ways, educationally, professionally, and recreationally, among others. Moving people is important to consider, not just as an issue to tackle, but as a dream to be dreamt and manifested within our smaller communities, and to a larger extent within the community of our state. I believe in the power of dreaming and speaking them and changing our behaviors, attitudes, and our scope of work to then manifest them. So with that, I am giving you an opportunity today to speak your dreams. And this is not going to be community-focused, just for fun. Okay. There's a woman named Priya Parker, and she wrote this amazing book called The Art of Gathering. She's also an organizational expert, and she has this way of starting her events, whether they're family dinners or girls' trips or big conferences. And she always leads with a magical question, and I believe that there is magic in dreaming. And so what I'm going to ask you to do, the question is up on the slide, but I want you to think about your pie-in-the-sky public transportation situation that would serve you and only you, okay? I want you to be selfish and individualistic and just very American, okay? So think about yourself and how this might impact you. For example, I would really love for there to be a van service or some sort of public transport that I could schedule that would pick me up at 4:30 or 5:30 in the morning and take me to the airport. Within time to check in, check my bags, and go through TSA and go to Skinny Pancake to get my coffee and my breakfast Sammy, okay? And then, have 15 minutes or so till the flight, without having to drive my car to the airport. I don't know if there are airport people here, that has non-existent parking right now, or parking only for compact cars, which all the big trucks park in anyway. That is my dream, and that would serve me and only me. But actually, that might not just serve me, that might serve other people. So what I would like you to do is to speak your dream, your very selfish, individualistic dream of public transportation that serves you and only you to a partner. Okay, we're gonna do this in two people, okay? In two people pairs, in pairs. And I'm gonna give each person 30 seconds to a minute to voice their dream, okay? Does everyone understand? I was a teacher, everything is a group project, okay? Everything is a group project. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to discuss. Does everyone have a partner? Okay. Go. You have about 1 more minute. 10 seconds. Okay, thank you. If you can hear me, clap once, twice, 3 times. Thank you. Once a teacher, always a teacher. Thank you, and I know you're all excited to keep talking. Okay, so we're gonna have a couple of shares, all right? A couple of shares. I wanna hear your dreams, and I want other people to hear them too. All right, who wants to share? Suddenly, nobody wants to talk. Who wants to share? All right, here we go. I have a mic. It's that caffeine, here you go.
Mine is also kicking in. Matthew Arancio, V-Trans, he, him, his. This is a good thing for me to answer, and everybody who knows me will already know my response, which is 2 through rail lines, one that goes from Rutland to Montreal, and then one that goes from Rutland out to Barrie. That way we could have regional and then high-speed connections to major places. So, yeah.
All right, yeah, who's for that? Anybody else? Anyone else? Come on, I know you want to share. Thank you.
Actually, I think for this question, a car is fine. It's a self-driving one, as long as nobody else is driving.
Then you don't have to talk to people. I love it. I love it. Anyone else? Anyone else want to share a dream? I'm getting my steps in today.
I want to take the new Beta electric plane from my house in Charlotte to Burlington. That quiet, nice plane.
Wait, what is this? What is this? An electric plane? Like an airplane? What? I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, okay. Here you go.
Thank you. I want a monorail that goes from Burlington to Montpelier, just back and forth along Route 2 every 15 minutes.
Yes, and overnight too. That would be great. Amazing. A monorail to the airport. How about that? Senor Chu.
Hi everyone, my name's Kevin Chu. I use he, him pronouns. I used to work here at UVM and I had to endure bike commuting on Williston Road. And I think my selfish dream is just that I can bike on any road in Vermont and not feel like my life is at risk.
Amen, I'm with you. Thank you for, oh wait, we have one more. Okay.
Hi, I'm Bevan, and I lived my dream this morning. I got to bike to the bus and go to work.
Amazing. Thank you. And we have one more. One more volunteered person.
Nick Anderson, you know me, but I would love intercity gondola because they don't get stuck in traffic and they just always go. So it could go at nighttime or daytime.
Amazing. You'll see that a little bit later in my presentation, actually, for my travels in Switzerland, because they do exist. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Okay. Okay. All right, so you heard Sandy say that I'm from Brooklyn, New York, not Brooklyn, Ohio, or anything like that. I live in Winooski. I love Vermont. I love it here. I moved here just under 7 years ago, and I am never leaving. I am a sponsored trail runner. This is me this summer in the Azores. If you've never been to the Azores, please get there. They are amazing islands with amazing people. It's kind of hard to get there, but once you're there, it's just phenomenal. If you've seen any presentations of mine before, you'll know what's coming next. I am a mountain biker. I'm a cyclist, not really. I wouldn't consider myself a mountain biker, especially because, you know, I am not good. This is actually, I did this for a shoot for Montpelier Alive. And it was my first time ever being on trails in Vermont. I had ridden in Arizona and other parts of the Southwest a lot, and those trails are very different. They don't have roots and slippery rocks and other things. And I just kind of freaked out. You can see Skye Barsh in the front. If you don't know Skye Barsh, you should know who she is. She's a phenomenal entrepreneur, the owner of Vermont Digger, and a beautiful athlete in her own right. She does not yet know that I'm about to eat it. Oh boy, and this was the first 10 minutes of an 8-hour day. I survived, obviously. I had a 10-month-long bruise, but I wasn't really hurt. And I had a trail run after this. It was a whole thing. Anyway, it was also my birthday. Oh my goodness, my birthday's tomorrow. And thank you. I just got my AARP card at the beginning of the month. So yeah, I'm turning 50 tomorrow. This was 2021, so whatever that age was. And on my birthday, that's what I was doing. I love to ski. I just learned when I was 45, I really started skiing, and now I get paid for it, which is crazy because I'm not really that good. But I love it, and I'm obsessed. I was a teacher for 18 years. I taught Spanish, and I made my kids read La Poesía de Pablo Neruda. I taught music. I'm a classically trained musician. And I just came from California last week. I did an opera concert out there with my opera teacher and her community opera project. I was also the head of several DEI programs at all the schools that I worked at. I do a lot of speaking. This photo is from me speaking at a conference called the World Domination Summit. You can just take that to mean whatever you want it to mean. I'm a published author, a best-selling author. I submitted my second book to my editor a couple months ago, and I started on my third book last week. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And I'm a mom of a kid, a senior in college. He's not at Purchase anymore. He got recruited to go play ball at another school in Ohio, and I'm really proud of him, and also not completely broke anymore, which is great. And this kid does not know what it is to not be car dependent, because he didn't really. Although he was born in New York City, he didn't really grow up there, and so he doesn't know the beauty of taking public transit. He just doesn't know. So I've told you who I am. We're going to do another little group project that will only last 2 minutes. I invite you to just kind of express who you are. I need a volunteer to help me demonstrate this. Who is brave? Y'all were all so brave this morning. Brave, I need brave. Come up on stage with me. It's really easy, I promise. I promise. Thank you, it's so easy. I appreciate your bravery. Come up on stage. Here you go. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay. Come up here. Okay. This is Gina, everyone. Everyone say hi to Gina.
Hi.
All right, Gina's going to be person A, and I'm going to be person B. Okay. Gina, person A, you are going to ask me, who are you? And that's your only job. And I'm going to answer each time, and you are not going to comment or interject or anything. You're just going to listen. Your job is to listen to me say who I am, and then I will do the same for you. Okay?
Who are you?
I am Mirna Valeria.
Who are you?
I am tired.
Who are you?
But I'm also very caffeinated.
Who are you?
I am a Black woman.
Who are you?
I am someone who lives in Winooski.
Who are you?
I am a New Yorker.
Who are you?
I am a fat woman.
Who are you?
I'm a mom.
Who are you?
I am a cyclist. Okay, does everyone know how that goes? Okay, then I would then ask, Gina, who are you?
I'm a daughter.
Who are you?
I'm a employee.
Who are you?
I'm a white woman.
Who are you?
I'm a biker.
Excellent. Thank you, Gina, for being the guinea pig. Thank you so much. Very easy. It's easy, but it's not easy because you're like, oh man, I gotta figure out things that pertain to me, right? And then it's also hard. It's very hard for me not to interject and make jokes. So the practice is listening, right? Which I hope you will utilize later on today because remember, we are setting the stage for today. All right, so same partners. Person A asks the question, who are you? Person B answers, and after a minute, we'll switch. Everybody get it? Anyone have any questions? Okay, go. Okay, person one, wrap it up, or person A, wrap it up. Thank you very much, person A. Thank you. Thank you. You may stop talking now. Good. It's fun to talk about yourself. Person B, go. Your turn. That's better. Thank you, person B. Thank you so much. All right, does everyone now know who they are? Yes, good. As we go throughout the day, really try to remember who you are and also how that connects to your core values. Here are mine, what I'm really doing today is I'm trying to set up a practice for you to really set the tone, set the stage for lots of learning, lots of introspection as well. As remembering that who we are and what our core values are deeply affect our work and what's important to us, what's not important to us, and all the decisions that we make. And here are mine. Mine are joy. That's in Hubbard Park in Montpelier. Adventure. I believe in adventure. This is actually on a trip in the Swiss Alps this past March. Where I'm skinning, I went from no skiing at all to skinning up mountains in the Swiss Alps and also getting food poisoning from oysters. That's another thing. While I was doing this, that was fun. But the monks saved me. We stayed at a monastery up at the pass, the St. Bernard's Pass, and they helped me get better. I believe in building and sustaining community. Here I am with two community builders. The woman in the middle is Stephanie Case. She is a UN lawyer, a human rights lawyer, which is a very decorated human rights lawyer, and also the woman who was in the news recently for winning a 100K race called the Snowdonia 100K while nursing her child at aid stations. And she won it outright. Okay, power of women. Anyway, and the other guy, the guy here is Haroon Muta, who is the founder of a group in the UK, two groups in the UK called Muslim Hikers and Muslim Runners, and he's very, very British. And just it was so cool to be hanging out with these two in the Alps. This is my family, or part of my family. They show up every time they can, whether they have to take the bus, the train, or, God forbid, they have to get on an airplane and fly here to BTV. But they always show up whenever anyone in the family needs them. And that's my very tall son in the back. I believe in belonging and inclusion, so I've started doing some work with an organization called Waypoint Adventure, and all of these things inform the way that I operate in the world. And this is us doing a hike up Mount Willard in New Hampshire with people who had never had the opportunity to be on a mountain in the wintertime. And so that was really cool. My back really hurt after this, but how cool to be a mode of transportation for somebody, to get them up a mountain and experience the -8-degree temperatures at the top of this mountain. It was so cool. I also believe that this is usually my joy picture, but I also believe in self-expression and being silly. This is who I am. And so I invite you to be thinking about your own core values as you go throughout the day. And if you have a chance to share those with somebody else, because really they do inform the work that we do, please do so. And also be thinking about what your public transit story is. I thought I had a lot more time, but I don't. But what is your public transit story, okay? Here is part of mine. That is me right before the New York City Marathon, and a couple of years ago, like getting ready to go downstairs and utilize the public transportation in New York. And I don't, how do you do this? Okay, sorry. Here we go. No, that's not what I want. Voila. Joanne, Daddy. It's my mom and my stepdad, nephew. Look what I found in New York City. Those beautiful trains.
We have the Black Lives Matter train coming into the station.
In Switzerland, no less.
This is the 15. I don't know where it's going, but I'm going to get off where all the other scooters get off, so wish me luck. It's an adventure. Now I'm going on to the cable car, because that is also part of the fare, kind of like the Roosevelt Island tram.
That is the bus horn.
Just look at this place.
All of this is accessible by public transportation, all these trails here. So many trains.
Okay, AJ, this is a train that comes off of the mountain, one of these cog rails.
AJ is my brother. I take pictures of trains every single time.
Oh. What kind of high-tech stuff is this? Okay, Switzerland.
Skyway Monte Bianco. Public transportation, folks.
Okay, AJ, this is the Mont Blanc Express. Look at this little bus, AJ. AJ, this is for you. We got buses that take us up into the mountains. Look at this. AJ, this is for you. This is one of the trains in Geneva.
So today is a good day to talk about public transportation. It's something that has always been a crucial aspect of not only my family's social mobility, but of my maturation as a nerdy 8-year-old kid in Brooklyn to a full-blown train and bus-taking 9-year-old who knew the way to grandma's, my aunts, my cousins, my African and modern dance classes, and my special gifted programs. It's how we New York City students traveled both with and without our classes to various shows at Carnegie Hall, Lincoln Center, the Joseph Papp Public Theater, to Broadway and off-Broadway, where I saw Macbeth in the Bowery for the first time after reading it in my school for nerds. And to all the museums, the Guggenheim, the Met, Metropolitan Museum of Art, where I ended up working for a summer, to the American Museum of Natural History, to the Museum of Modern Art, and more. Public transit is how I was able to travel to life trajectory changing experiences. And as in how I would go to and from my boarding school in Westchester County and from Westchester County to the city to attend my classes and voice lessons at the Juilliard Pre-College. Public transportation is how I got home during Hurricane Floyd in the late 90s after interviewing for a paralegal program, a paralegal position at a law firm called Paul Hastings, which is now in the news and not for good reasons. I'm glad I didn't get that job. Public transportation is how I traveled back and forth to work, again, as a paralegal at another firm in Tower 1 in the World Trade Center on the 35th floor, 3 weeks before I started a new job as a teacher, and 3 weeks before 9/11. I'm grateful I chose not to continue trying to be a corporate baddie. Public transit is where I met my spouse, and another guy before him. It's where I spent massive amounts of time reading Italo Calvino and Umberto Eco and doing the New York Times crosswords with the special subway fold, so you knew I was a native New Yorker, where I listened to my Discman and to mixtapes on my Walkman with the gross foam headphones. Remember those? And they would like scratch your ears. Public transit is how we got to Rockaway Beach for legendary and very loud family beach parties. It's how, after I had my son, I traveled to his doctor's appointment, carrying him in a very, very heavy Peg Perego stroller, and people would wordlessly help me up 3 or 4 flights of stairs and then walk off like they didn't even do anything, or they didn't just take the onus of 40 pounds off of me, of my still recovering body. It's how I got to Fairway supermarkets and Zabar's to do my weekend shopping. May his memory be a blessing. And how I got to peruse blocks and blocks of used books and original art. All of New York City and its environs, including Jersey, and some of Pennsylvania were at my disposal with the simple use of a 90-cent fare. 90 cents, can you imagine? Or a token, or the now almost obsolete MetroCard. Now they have something called Omni, which in its simplest form is very similar to the Ride Ready GMT app. Or paying a higher fare for Metro North and New Jersey Transit commuter rails. Public transit is how I explored and still explore Europe. Madrid, Barcelona, Córdoba, Sevilla, Granada, Paris, Nice, London, Chamonix, Zermatt, Lauterbrunnen, and Courmayeur. Accessibility to public transit has always been a core part of the socioeconomic mobility of my family, and it's always been a change mechanism and has contributed to positive changes in mental and physical health and has altered the trajectories of many people in my family, including my brother AJ, who I did all the videos for. Literally everywhere I go, I take train videos and bus videos, and he'll respond something like, oh yeah, that's the R2D2 SX9 model. It's diesel, but they're changing it to electric soon. Okay, that's a special interest, if you know what I mean. So all of this is to say that public transportation not only serves as a necessary element of community living, work, family, and prosperity, but that prosperity and well-being come from people's opportunities to get where they need to get and want to be in order to fulfill their dreams. It's not this ugly people mover, because that's what they look like. If you've never seen them, how many of you have never seen this? They're so ugly. Anyway, and they're apparently $16 million, and they're working on repairing some. Why? Put that money somewhere else. Anyway, that's my personal opinion. But, it's not this ugly people mover, but it is a way of moving people in all senses of the phrase towards their dreams in a direction of upward mobility, potential of their fulfillment, and self-actualization. If I hadn't had access to all the places and experiences I had as a kid and then as a young adult in New York City, I would not have been exposed to any of the following. A bike trip, 11-day bike trip in Kenya. Very difficult. We're on the wrong side of the road, jet lag, but amazing. Like, who gets to go to Kenya to ride from Nairobi all the way to the Indian Ocean? I wouldn't have gotten to do things like do a race in the Sahara. I wouldn't have gotten to go surfing on a supboard in Costa Rica. I wouldn't have gotten to be on the Kelly Clarkson show. Look, my dress matched the flowers. But the funny thing was that the wardrobe guy was like, is that what you're wearing? I'm like, no, I guess not. So here's us talking to each other, and you can't really see him, but that's Jerry Springer sitting on my right, who was like, I did a 5K once and never again. And this picture is not very remarkable. It's just of me doing a hike in Calabasas, California. And the next slide is a little blown out. It's supposed to be a video, but PowerPoint doesn't like me. But this is me after training Will Smith at his house. You know Will Smith, that guy. But this is before that, so we're still friends. Anyway, so this is me after training him. Like, I couldn't believe that I had just been at his house for a couple of days, training him for his first half marathon. They asked me, of all people, me? Okay, all right, and I did, and I still have his number. Anyway, that's who, okay, it's supposed to be a video, but it's not. Anyway, but that's him saying hi to my son, because my son did not believe that I was training Will Smith. And so I was like, he didn't think anything that I did was cool. He does now, because he's older. But he was like, there's no way in heck that you trained Will Smith. And I was like, well, actually, here's a video that he made for you. And so he says hi to my son in that video. I know this is a very car-centric thing, but I would have never had a car sponsorship if I hadn't been able to go back and forth to my boarding school where I started running and doing sports. I would have never had a cycling sponsorship or an LL Bean sponsorship, or my own socks from Darn Tough Vermont that have my name on the inside cuff. Did you know that, Sandy? Did you know that my name is there? It says Mirnovated. And it's actually some of the proceeds from the sale of the socks. The sock goes to a Rutland organization called Come Alive Outside. Amazing outdoor programming for the communities around there. I wouldn't have been able to participate in a revolutionary event called the Lululemon Further Project, where each of the 10 of us, there are 9 of us here, but there are actually 10, were charged with running around a 2.5-meter track for 6 days. 6 days. The person who did the highest amount of mileage did 537 miles, which was an average of, I think, 83 miles a day. I did 142, way more sensible. 142.6, all right? Yeah, so this is our last chance to dream, all right? You're gonna do it, it's gonna be a 1-minute thing. So imagine you have this dream that has already been fulfilled in terms of public transport and what we offer to the community. Imagine we're already there. So for example, I never imagined that a bus would pick me up at 3:30 in the morning and take me right to the airport without me having to park and pay $14 a day, because it used to be $12. Not that I'm complaining. And I never thought that would happen, but it did. Here we are. Do you get it? That's how we're gonna dream, right? And that's how we're gonna frame today. We're dreaming, okay? You have 1 minute total between the two of you. Ready? Yes? Okay, go. 1 minute. Dream on, dream away. Ten seconds. Okay, enough dreaming, enough dreaming. Thank you. If you can hear me, clap once. Once. Twice. Thank you, thank you. Please continue those conversations throughout the day. Well, I never imagined I would be in front of the real Matterhorn, not in Florida, okay? Several times a year, doing trail running. But public transportation got me there. I mean, literally. You saw some of the trains, the Gornagat Bahn, that takes you from Zermatt all the way up to the glacier. that comes from both Monte Rosa and the Matterhorn, which is in the background. Like, I never thought that that would be a part of my life, a regular part of my life. I never thought that I'd get to do the cool things that I get to do. But as I said, literally, public transportation got me there. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for your work to make sure that we are moving people in the direction that they want and need to go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know about you, but I think it's time for a break. I'm tired listening to all that activity. Thank you so much, Mirna. Thank you for energizing us, for connecting us, for inspiring us to move throughout our day today. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for taking the time to be with us again. Another round of applause for Mirna.